Hello everybody and welcome back to Rennebu. So we are continuing once again with the harvesting in this field. This field is going to be done completely with our own combine, which I think is just astonishing because it is huge. We're going to have to start rowing it up, but the priority is, well, to make sure the combine is always empty. Is it really full again? I've just emptied it. That means it hasn't even done one pass, unless it set off before it was actually fully empty, which it might have done. But yeah, we'll leave that there. And we must get this drilling, and then we need to spread some lime. I usually spread lime first before the drilling, but I got a bit carried away in the previous episode and I did the drilling. But apparently a few people have told me in the past that you can actually spread lime after you've drilled. I don't think it's normal practice, but yes, it should still work. So which crop shall we go with? I think probably sorghum. Yeah, I've not done sorghum for a long time. It would be good to have some sorghum on here. So I'll get that going down here. Again, the worker won't do a very good job, but it will do something. It's better than absolutely nothing at all. So once we're in the field, I'll set it off. It can do as much as it can, and then we'll get cracking with the spreading. So we're going to have to rent the spreader, and yeah, I think probably the best thing to do is to put the massive focus on the trailer, and then we can put the Deutzfahr on the spreader. Okay, so there we go, we've got a tractor on the trailer at least. Now we can go and pick up the spreader. So let's just reset the tractor, as we've both done for many episodes. There we go. Yeah, it's just too far to drive each time. Hello, what do we have here? A glitch, I would say. I've just seen him in the field. Right, so into spreaders. Needs to be one which can actually work with lime. So I guess this one here. One of those two. This should be fine. We will go for the extension. And the 6 meter spreading unit. Everything else there should be fine. 2,773. I don't think we have anything else rented. No, we don't. That's great. So we need to go to the farm first of all to pick up the bags. And then we're just going to do every field which has been drilled. The John Deere has arrived. So we'll just back up to a good starting point. We'll see how much it can do. There we go. Direct drilling. Getting fertiliser and sorghum put in at the same time. Very nice. Right, so a few people were disappointed when I said I didn't know if I was going to do the stumps, because I don't know if I'm going to remove the stumps. The thing is, it's just because we've got so much other land, it seems like a bit of a waste of time. So, yeah, I know it makes sense to get rid of them and then extend the field, but because we have so many other fields that I can't even keep up with anyway, it does seem like a waste of time. In the same time it would take to get that field turned into a functioning, a profitable, productive arable field, we could have done so much more in other fields. Well, it got a long way. It decided to almost drive into the river, and then the worker went home. At least it didn't actually drive into the river. Okay, we're almost back. And the combine is just emptying because that also stopped because it's got to the point where it can't really find the field, so we're going to have to set it off further down. So to get this final bit out, and then we can set it off where it's a bit narrower, because then it can hopefully progress up the field. It's struggling to progress down it. Wow, this field is endless. Well, I can see the end, but you know what I mean. It is a long field. It's got a big point. It's like a big nose, or even a finger actually. If you look at the minimap, it looks like a finger. So I'm just going to set it off over here and see what it does, basically. It'll probably get really confused. Just put it there, and I'll try my luck. Yes, I can see that finishing its job pretty soon. because it's got confused. Right, good, this is back. We're not going to do the grass with lime, it's already too much as it is. I can't actually believe it, but we've got to the point where it's too much to manage. And we've got the herbicide required pretty soon as well. Right, so we've got 3 bags of lime here, 2 sort of cage bags over there, and then many on the trailer. So there's no shortage, but I suppose it does contribute quite quickly. So I think we probably will have enough, but we'll see. And I might as well start with this field. Okay, interesting. So it does need lime, but it isn't working. So maybe things have changed in an update at some point. Because it was a while ago that somebody, well, in fact, quite a few people said that you could spread lime afterwards. But it looks like Giants have changed that. Not the end of the world, because it just means that we have to do it next time. Yes, well, 124. We might as well go and do that instead, because that does need doing. And it isn't drilled yet, so that would be perfect. I'm sure this won't be the last harvest, so yeah, it will still be used next time. Well, it is certainly proving to be quite difficult running 3 different workers at the same time, but yeah, I'm slowly achieving that. It's really not easy. At least this way we can get more done. So the worker with the drill is really struggling. I don't really blame it though, that is a very difficult field. So I think as soon as this field is done, we can then bring that across and it should be able to drill this field without any problems. If I go around the headland first, it'll be even easier for it. Yeah, that's probably the worst field it could ever do. So I'll finish off spreading lime. We've got 40% left in here, which should be enough to get to the end of the field. Might be just the right amount, actually. And of course we've got our Matty Ferguson tractor en route to the sell point. Let's just make sure that it's still going. It is, good. So we had to sell that. And I think there is a bucket load of barley, so we'll tip that out too. But the combine down there is managing just about to work at that different angle, which I'm pleased about, because if it was still going the other way, it would be painful to do the windrowing and baling. But that is certainly a tough job for that little combine. It will also be pretty tough drilling it, actually. Hopefully the worker can manage that. So close, almost the right width. So yeah, we'll just finish this. Then I think this tractor can go to the field at the end. 130. Oh, unless that doesn't need it. That might not need it. I'll have to see. There's no point in spreading lime on a field that doesn't need lime, for obvious reasons. Okay, just do that. And then we just have this chunk. Maybe there won't be any more until we harvest again. Yeah, so that one which is being done, but yeah, that is it as far as I can see, except for the ones which are drilled. But at least I managed to catch this one before it was drilled. A little bit laggy today, a few lag spikes. But there we go, it's finished. So yes, in that case we're going to have to take this back to the farm. It does seem an expensive field, considering we've just rented it for that. Yeah, it's disappointing, because I was hoping to do all the fields which need it. But obviously things have changed. Unless it never was like that. I don't know. I'm sure people wouldn't have been that mistaken. It was months and months ago, so I'm sure it was just changed in an update. Oh, good grief. Good grief. It's actually been really good recently. I've done so many episodes without lag. For some reason today, it's lagging. Well, I'll just park it there for now whilst I think about it. This combine is stopped starting for whatever reason. It's going to be slow if it does it that way. And this has just arrived. Brilliant. So it's time to make our first bit of money. And I am always on the lookout for more fields to buy, because we can't lose money on them. If there's a field that we can buy with a crop in it which is ready to harvest, then we can move straight onto it. Whoa! I didn't even know this trailer could do that. Good grief. Oh no. I don't know what's going on today. This is crazy. What is it doing? What an interesting feature. It's because it's the same. I had the trailer selected, but I was moving the front loader, so it was actually controlling both. Fascinating. Yeah, let's just see that again. So it's a high tip. I didn't even know. I can't believe it. I've used it for all this time, and I never knew. Wow. Right, well, let's tip. This should be quite good. We're going to hit £300,000 again. And as soon as we can do, I need to start windrowing, because there's going to be a serious amount of baling done in that field, and I am going to use a quadrant baler. I'm not going to round bale it, it would be far too slow. But not bad, we're up to 312,000. This can now get back on its way, back to the field. Amazingly, the John Deere is still going. Very good, well, I'll take over. I'll do that piece over there. We'll get this field finished, and then we can get the worker going in the field we just did the lime in. Keeps everything on the move. I'll just wait for it to get to the end. But yeah, should be able to get this done in just 10 to 15 minutes, hopefully. One time lapse. And there we have it, Field finished. Now I thought that field over there wasn't drilled, but actually it is. It's ready to harvest. It's a soybean crop. It does have weeds in. The weeds grew whilst we were doing the silage before, so yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. But you've probably noticed I'm targeting crops which do not require baling. Obviously we could just chop a wheat crop or any kind of cereal crop, but yeah, I'm just trying to go for the ones which don't produce straw anyway. It also means with those crops that you don't have as much grain to transport. Okay, we'll see how the worker does in this field. We can actually cut up through this way instead of going up the steep hill. Yeah, I'm probably best go around the headland just once, just to really make it easier for it. It can be sorghum as well. But I do feel that we need to check up on those other tractors and combine, because they might have stopped. And if we don't have any more work for the Deutz-Fahr, that can go back onto the trailer as it is much faster. Well, a lap is almost completed, and I can press H to set it off on a worker, and I did actually just move the trailer to the combine because it was sat there consuming our money. The worker was being paid for doing absolutely nothing at all. Right, which way does it want to go? That way? That's fine. Okay, brilliant. So we'll leave it to it, but I will probably have to intervene. So there we go, there's the combine just heading off on its way again. Doesn't take long to fill. So yes, the spreader. I think the best thing to do is to empty the lime out. I do have fertiliser. It's probably too late to do the fertilising in the grass field here, but it's worth a go. It doesn't cost anything. Okay. Right, it's probably going to take the lime again. How much do we have? We've only got one fertiliser back. Oh, maybe there's two. Oh, it did take the fertiliser. Brilliant. Although there really wasn't much there. These two are seed. Oh, it's changed it to... What? It actually overwrote it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it did cost us something. I didn't even know the game did that. I suppose it was because there was such a tiny amount of fertiliser in there compared to the overall capacity. So yeah, well, let's just test this. It's doing nothing because it's fully grown. So yeah, we'll return it. That was a bit of a disappointment, but at least we did manage to do one field. We did a pretty big field. I've got to empty the last 307 litres out. Next time I'll have to spray the herbicide. Right, so this can now go back onto the other trailer, unless the price for eggs is good. Because today would be a good day. 2463. Okay, no, that's not good. It's currently March, we're down here. Right at the bottom. So indeed, we'll go back onto the trailer. I'll take this down there because it's going to be needed. The Matthew Ferguson could actually go onto the windrower. We only need speed for carting. And I'm fully aware of the bit that hasn't been harvested here. We'll get the combine to do that when it's finished the rest of it. So just put that there. Detach. And now we're going to swap over. The combine is probably full again. It does not take long at all, like one pass and it's full. Okay. Well, it's done a good job. But because of its grain tank, the size of it's a bit of a limitation. But it's still saved us a lot of money. Because if we'd gone for a really big combine, I'm not going to rent a small one. We'll be renting probably the biggest. That would be, as a guess, 20-something thousand pounds, maybe even more. Because you got the header, we would have to have the header trailer. So yeah, say we were going to rent this one, but just 25,000 for the base machine, without the header, without the trailer, and you'll have hourly fees. So this is way cheaper. So we'll get that emptying, and I will go and start the windrowing. If I'm careful, we can pull 3 into 1. It is the perfect width for us, for this combine. Yeah, that's looking good. I might have to move the trailer so the combine can resume, because it might be detecting it. So as soon as I think it's ready to continue, I'll have to head over there. It's quite a slow unloader, that combine. But this tractor's pulling this fine. I think really the tractors that we have now are perfect. But I still feel that we could do with another one for carting. But we'll try and get by with 3. Okay, I feel that the combine is empty. It is. So hopefully, is it going to continue, or is it? Come on. The driver's in there. He just didn't want to go. And it's good to see the John Deere is still working. So, yeah, we'll have to empty the combine again when it gets back up to the top. But I'll keep going with this as long as I can do. Progress is good, and you can see how it's condensed it down to just a few swaths. It's going to make the baling so much easier and faster. So yeah, I can now start to go down here, then we can keep an eye on the combine. Yeah, I don't even know what it's doing. Probably going to continue from where it is now, which is fine. It's not easy for it. But I'll do this central piece. And I'm guessing that the John Deere is still going. Oh, it looks like it has stopped. It might have finished. If it's finished without leaving anything, then that is brilliant. I think go around the headland first does help. That tractor's in the way, but I think the combine's probably almost full anyway, so we can jump into it and we can unload. When you windrow it, it makes it look like not very much. Baling is going to be fun and easy. Oh, the engine was already running. So once this is empty, we can probably send this off to the sell point. Looks like it's full. Ah, I almost got it in time. Well, it's not the end of the world, because what I can do is I can set it off on a worker again now, tab back, and then we can move. Providing I don't get in the way. What a lot of barley. And I believe the price is quite good. I don't like to drive in the crop. It's just to keep it moving. Right, see if we can get that to 100%. Probably unlikely now. But it might be full enough for it to go. There's no point waiting if there's any space for 10% or whatever. Yep, 10%. Although what we could do is just allow it to go back up again and unload with it partially filled. Ah, the worker's gone home anyway. Yeah, we'll just get back down to the trailer with this, and then we'll unload, and then we'll take it to the sell point. We'll make sure the John Deere has done a good job. But all of this is going to be baled in the next episode. It's going to be fantastic. We'll get it all baled, we'll get it all picked up and sold. Okay. Let's get going. A full load. It's better. It's great. Okay. Right. Off it goes. 32,000 litres. As I said, in the meantime, we will go and check up on that John Deere. Well, I don't blame it for not doing the bit where the bale is. And I suppose, yeah, I did set off in the middle of the field, so it wouldn't have driven back over there. So I guess I'll have to finish. I'll do all of that, do these missed bits. The bale, well, we need to take it at some point. Let's just roll it down the hill, just to get it out of the field. I wonder if it'll roll. Yes, I was afraid of that. Maybe then, if we just push it on its side, maybe it will upright itself on the way down. Look out below! That was disappointing. That was even more disappointing. Okay, it's not going to roll. We'll just have to leave it there. We'll have to pick it up with the front loader at some point, when we're clearing all of the random bales. It's done most of it, there's not that much left to do. It's done over half. Okay, so that is all of our fields re-drilled except for the big one. So soon we can start focusing on the grass fields again. But yeah, the baling of the straw is going to have to take priority, and the herbicide spraying. But this field is looking so much better now. Small patch of weeds there. Right, okay, so we'll fold it up, and the worker can take this back to the farm whilst we sell the barley. And then I think we'll conclude by looking at the map and seeing if we can buy another field. If we can buy another field, that would be great. A really good way of finishing. So yes, just go to... Best place to put it is probably about here. And this has arrived. That's good to see. Let's get it into the sell point. I think it's about £30,000 for each load. Okay, almost made a major mistake. Well, I did actually. But in this game, a major mistake would be if the tractor starts flying. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be on track to be about 30,000. Brilliant. 31,070. So, yeah, let's take a look. Let's see what we all own. So orange is me, blue is chainsaw. 60 is something we could afford. It's fertilised, whatever it is. Is it a field worth having? It's grass, isn't it? No, I don't really fancy another grass field. So that's a shame, because it's in a really good place. What else could... That's a massive block of several fields, but yep, 2 grass fields in there. which I don't particularly want. Let's see. There's 127, which is far too big. I'm very happy with this big field. We're always going down here, so that would be great. One is grass, one is sorghum? Oats. Yes, oats. So that would be good, actually. Yes, we will buy it. Are they fertilised? The grass is fully fertilised. The oats have no fertiliser at all. They are growing. So I suppose, yeah, if you left it another day, the farmer might have fertilised it. Yes, it probably would be best to leave it. But we'll buy it next time. We're going to have a look. We'll see our future purchase. Change of plan. I was just driving back and I saw this one. I thought, why didn't I spot that one? This is really good. It's fully fertilised and it's ready to harvest. So field number 65 is our new field. £87,920. Perfect. So that can be harvested, well, maybe even as early as next time. We also have the soybeans to harvest though, and it's in a good place because it's really close to the grain sell point. There we have it. Another new field. So let's just zoom out on the map. So yes, it's a bit out of the way from here, but it's actually in a better location because of the proximity to the store and the sell point and the animal dealer for selling straw. Perfect. So I think from now on, no more land is going to be bought in this area from me, I don't think. I'm going to try and stick around this area. We will just quickly have a look at the field I considered, but yeah, I don't think we're going to go with it. Here it is. It's not bad, we might get it in the future. So there's the grass field. The thing is, I don't think we need any more grass, so that puts me off. Financially it's fantastic, but we just have so much, it would just be painful. And the other half is the oat field. It has literally just been drilled, so that's why there's no fertiliser. But probably next time it will have the first application. Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.